Okay, I am now on the guided practice for lesson 9-4, and we are going to, for number 1, look at the top of the visual learning because we have to use that information in order to solve this problem. So it says on number 1, in the example at the top of page 546, if Joyce had 4 cups of rice, how many rolls could she make? So we know that she has 4 cups of rice. And if we go back to the problem on 546, it said Joyce is making sushi rolls. She needs a 1/4 cup of rice for each roll. So a 1/4 cup for each roll, so per roll. And she has 4 cups. So again, if she has 4 cups and you want to do a visual picture, those are her 4 cups. She's cutting each of the cups into 1/4 servings. So we're going to take each of these. I'm going to cut them in half first. And then I can cut them into quarters. So once they're cut into quarters, so 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 4/4, or 1 whole for each of those cups, then my problem turns into 4 times 4. 4 cups times 4 servings per cup, and 4 times 4 we know is 16. So she would have 16 servings. Okay, again, without the picture, it's going to be 4 divided into 1/4 servings, or 1/4 portions, 1/4 cups, and we're doing 4 divided by 1/4. Flip my fraction over, so it looks like that. 4 times 4 is 16, 1 times 1 is 1, and I end up with my same 16 servings. Okay. For number 2, in the example at the top of page 546, how does the number line help to show that 3 divided by 1/4 is equal to 3 times 4? So the number line is where it says another way, if you want to pull that up, and it says use the number line to find how many quarters are in 3. So basically the number line is just helping us where we can jump from 0 to 1, and then they broke it up into 1/4 pieces for us, and then the same thing from 1 to 2, and then from 2 to 3. So if I take my number line and we are going from 0 to 1, and I then break it up into quarters, that would be my 1/4, 2/4 or a half, 3/4, and then 4/4. So it shows me that as I'm cutting up this first cup, how many jumps did I make? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when I do the same thing to get from 1 to 2, I cut into 1 1/4, 1 2/4, or 1 1/2, 1 3/4, and then 2. So I'm doing 1, 2, 3, 4 more jumps. And then she actually had 3 cups, so we're going to do that 4 more times to get from 2 to 3. So it's going to be 2 1/4, 2 2/4, 2 3/4, and 2 4/4, or 3. So it's another 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I have 4 3 times, 4 times 3, or 4 plus 4 plus 4, which gives me 12. So our answer obviously was 12, and this is the way the number line is breaking it down for us. Okay, for the last 2, in 3 and 4, use the picture below to find each quotient. So their picture has 6 rectangles. and each of their rectangles is cut into 3 parts. So the first problem, number 3, says how many 1/3s are in 3? So if I'm just looking at these 3, how many thirds do I have in it? So all I'm doing again is I'm counting 1, 2, 3 per each whole, 3, 6, 9. Or I can say 1/3, 2/3, 3/3, 4/3, 5/3, 6/3, 7/3, 8/3, 9/3, which again, 9 of the thirds gives me my 3 whole pieces. So there are 9 pieces that make up those 3. Okay, and the last question is how many thirds are in 6? So when I now look at all of them, so I'm looking at all 6, well, if there were 9 pieces on this side, then obviously these are the same. There would have to be 9 pieces on that side, and 9 plus 9 is 18. Or we can also look at it as 1, 2, 3 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which also equals our 18. Okay, so that was the guided practice for lesson 9-4. You're going to be working on the independent practice. If you have any questions, as always, please make sure you ask.